Hello everyone, this is Anna from Lexipy Journals. I hope you're all well. Today, as promised, we're going to do a little crafting video on how I make my pockets for my journals. And I'm going to use, because it's easier and more practical, and I also love them, I'm going to use the Paper Cameos pockets and different images that I use as pockets, and this will give you a good example of how I work around it. You are probably more familiar with my sort of older style when I was making pockets out of marbled paper or any other scrapbook paper that I liked. That is something that I still do. I haven't stopped doing that. But because she actually, the way she creates her images, she actually, they're always there for that purpose. So I usually opt for that because I really enjoy using them. So just to say, I will sew them on, and I'll show you the final, what they look in the end. But just to start with, I'm going to show you how I will do them. Because sewing, well, I can't really show you myself sewing that, I could, but it's not. I'm making a new journal at the moment, so I'm nearly finished. Well, I've prepared the cover, and it will be hopefully I'll have it ready by this afternoon, so you'll be able to see it on my Instagram post, or later on the YouTube. I'll do a YouTube flip through. But I'm not going to show you the cover. I'll leave it as a surprise. But I finished the cover, and I have been working on it for a few days, and but I will show you when it's ready. So yeah, if you see this cable floating around, it's my microphone. Unfortunately, I still, after all these years, just to show you how technical I am, I still haven't gone around to getting a proper sorting this whole video thing up. And if I could, then I would make more videos, which just shows you I'm more of the kind of creative side. But that's not an excuse, and I'll get over that soon. I promise. So for my pockets, as you all know, I always usually always use distress ink. I mean, this is ancient. I keep feeding it with ink, and I also use gold. So to start with, I'll show you. First of all, I have quite a few coffee dyed papers here, and I have a video with how I coffee dye my papers, and it's I like using a slightly different technique from what I've seen other people use. First of all, I use the papers are not white; they're ivory to start with, and that already gives them a base. Having the ivory. Having the ivory color rather than the white, because the white is, I find it's a little bit harder to give this kind of honey colored coffee dye, which is what I like. And then I mix coffee and tea. So I get the honey of the tea, the honey color, let's say, and I also get the coffee dye. And after that, in the end, I also go around with those tea bags, and I sort of splash them on, and that creates this this look. So that's what I've been doing from the very beginning. It's not something new, but that's the way I like doing it. So as you can see here, it's like it goes a little bit over just the coffee dyeing. It goes a little bit further than that. So I have this fan, and her fans are just stunning, and I will just add a bit of this distress ink, and she's already got the folds ready, so I'll just fold them and fold the other side. And of course I have a fishbone here, so I have a bone of and of course I will use that to help. And this goes just perfectly onto the page, as you can see. It just goes straight onto the page. So now I'm just going to turn it around. That's the easiest thing for me to do. And just add my glue. I just here with a little piece of paper, I'm just going to add it onto the edge. But this glue I use, this is the glue I use. So, and then I'll fold. I don't put too much glue because most of the time I will go over it with the sewing, so it doesn't really, not really needed too much. And then I'll fold it on this side. And there, it's ready. Really easy. And then that's how I start. I start by attaching them first onto the paper with a bit of glue, and after that I let it dry a bit, and then after that it's so much easier to go over with a sewing machine and just sew those bits. Right. So this is one of the pocket style I do, and then of course I fold my paper. Now I just wanted to say that what I usually do is, because these journals I make are mainly for journaling and for adding one's own collages and mixed media, whatever one likes. I don't decorate them a lot. I just do a basic decoration inside. I make sure I've got nice papers and all the main designs, and then after that I let the person, you know, be creative on them. So just you can see here I've printed one of her printouts here, and because I printed it on a plain ivory paper. I will use the coffee dyed paper to add the pockets and the designs, and this way I alternate, and I alternate with the plain sort of ivory paper. It gives it a bit more, adds a bit more life to it, and of course I use most of them are coffee dyed papers that I use. So that's one of the types of pockets that I have here, and then I'll have another one. I'll have another one here. I'll turn it this way so we can see these, because I always like the whatever spots designs there are to show. And then a different kind of type of pocket will be this one. Again, I will distress it a bit. And you see it's already different. It makes a difference. So in this case, this one, because it's already, it's what I used to, as I say, used to do with the marble paper. Yeah, just going to add it onto the corner here, and again sew it on afterwards. So this is another type of pocket, and I will fold it and put it aside, and I'll move on to a different one. This one is a side one, and similar to the fan, it's got this edge here which is ready to be folded, and it'll nicely go inside the onto the page, and it'll fit nicely onto it. So this one has turned really different, and I'll tell you why. This one was under another one, and it probably dried under the another coffee dyed one, another paper, so it created this effect, let's say. So I'll add the other pocket here, and again, easy, turn it around, and that's the way I do it. And you see, so I forgot to add the distress, but I can do that over. There. Ready to go onto the journal, let's say. So that's another one, and you know, fold it whichever way you like, of course. I could fold it this way as well, and in fact I will, because it will be the first thing that will show when you're going through the journal, so it's nice to have that. And there's also another type of pocket that I like to use is the envelope, but I cut it. So I cut part of the envelope and I use that as a pocket, and that's also fun. So if I, let's say, have printed out the same envelope twice, I might use that as just this one. And I'll which way is better, I'll do it this way. Just another little bit of glue here, and I always ensure that the bottom part has got glue as well, so that it can hold whatever you're putting through. And this could be a pocket, could be a tuck spot, whatever you want it to be. You could use it as a tuck spot. It's the same thing really. We just call them tuck spots, don't we? But they're like pockets as well. I like having those as well, because they just add a little bit more interest and they're fun. I like them. I like tuck spots. And then there is an envelope, and I'll bring an envelope. I'll bring an envelope here. This is a lovely one. A bit more. Distressing. There. And then of course fold the envelope. Okay. And now it's ready to go on the page, and the way I'll do it, I'll add a little bit of glue here and here. That's all it needs. And I can have it loosely on the page, and it can go inside a pocket and just have it there to be used and added wherever one likes, or it could be attached onto the page, sewed on. So you can have it again. I usually put them on the side this way. I sew them onto the edge and underneath, and then it's really, easy to just add your little bits here, your little cards or whatever you want to add. And I'll show you just again, I'll show you how that is done. How I do it. There. So this is one way. The other way is just adding the envelope onto the pocket. Because it's got this beautiful, obviously beautiful design on the back. You know, sometimes it's nice just to keep them as loose envelopes, but I just wanted to show you how that works, and then you can print another one and have that as well. That's another one here, and I don't know which one to choose really to show you. They're all so pretty. There's another option that I sometimes do is this one folds. The printout was like that from the beginning. It folds, and in this case I cut it in such a way so that it can fit onto the edge of the page, and it can be a double pocket like that. See, and it'll be on the other side as well. Sew it and attach it this way. Let me add some distress ink and you'll see how it will look once it's done. That. In this case, I have to stop and think for a minute. In this case, I'll put the glue here, like that, and attach it onto the edge, like this. It's got the glue only here, but it doesn't need it anywhere else, because once I sew it on, it'll be fine. And fold it again, like that, and that's another page, another pocket. Now I have a couple more to show you here, because it's already taken quite a bit of your Sunday time. So this is another option. This is from the Graphics Fairy, and it's in their blues sort of printables for the membership. So if anybody, whoever is a member, you know, and likes it, it's a very, I love this image, and it will suit my theme a lot. So so that will go on the bottom of the page. And again, I will use it as a tuck spot. So a bit of glue around it, just on the bottom and the sides, and it can go here, like that. A little bit of the edge will show, because you know I like the edges to show sometimes of things, and because the pages are, so they will fit nicely into the journal. There's always this little edge. Part of the edge that can be decorated without exposing it too much, so that it doesn't get destroyed, because it's on the edge. So there it is here, and I'll show you how it kind of fits in with everything. It just goes like that. You can do another tuck spot this way. And then she's also got this kind of pocket, which again could go either on the side, on the bottom it will go. And it is almost like it does it all by itself, because you just fold it, that, and fold it like here on the edge as well. And if I'm not mistaken, this is how it's used. It just goes onto the page, but it has plenty of space for things to go in, and it is a little bit of like a tuck spot as well. I would say it's more of a tuck spot, because it's a pocket as well, pocket tuck spot. So that can go, all of it will go onto the page like this, not on the other side at all. So this is the way I do it anyway. I mean, I'm sure there are other ways of doing it, and maybe the purpose was different, but this is how I like to do it. A bit of that on the edge, and fold it. Fold the paper, and that's another one, another page with a tuck spot there. And the final one is, I'm just going to show you how the envelopes, I'm just going to show you like a normal envelope, how I would fold, and you'll find those on different printables, and I'm sure you all know how to do them, but just for fun, let's do this one as well. And again, we attach it onto the edge of the paper here, like that. Not too much glue, because it slips out. Okay. And now that it's all attached, I will fold the top as well, like that, and do a bit of distressing. I stress the top of the envelope here as well, make it look a little bit, old and rugged. Okay, now the other thing I'm going to add here, and love those very much, these little printouts that are they're really seals, but I will use it onto the edge like that. I measure it and I'll put it here, and I'll put it a little bit further up, because I've only added glue just right on the bottom. Okay. So because I've added glue just there, it's it can open and close, and it's so nice. And sometimes you can use over that like a pin to hold it. You can attach it any way you like, but it's nice, it's fun. So that's another way of doing this. So this is the way I create pockets. I am going to show you just the basic pocket that I usually make, which I used to make, and taking one of the Graphics Fairy printables here. And you can, I mean, what I do is I put them like this in the beginning. When I started making the journals, I put them on the side, glue, so they're perfectly fine. Another way was take a corner cutter and cut the corners like that, and you see, that's another way. Another way as well is when I really wanted them to look really rough and I would always from the top though cut like this, tear it, but always from the front, not from the back, because otherwise you'll see the tear on the back. So you cut like that. You finish it off any way you like, and then you add some distress ink, and it looks like it's torn and a bit more. It's a bit more. It's almost like you took a piece and you just added it, and I like that as well. So let me just finish it off here. You can tidy it up any way you like, and it'll look nice. So this is one way, and then of course the other one that's left, you can tidy it up as well. The other side, whatever's left from the paper on the edge, and again add some distress ink, and you can use it as another tuck spot on the, and either like this, or you can put it up on the top and create a design this way, and I'll show you how I do that, just so that you can have that also. I'll put that there and add it as a design. Okay, and because I've got the corner there cut, I'll just tidy up the page as well and cut it. And this can go here. You don't need to have both on the same page, because once it folds, you can put another page through and it will be on a different page. So you won't see them both the same page. And this is already as well, ready and done. Okay, there we go. So fold it. On the side, I will now sew them on. Sew all the pockets on, and then I'll show you what they will look like in the end. Right, so let me show you now what I've done here. There's one, there's the fan, there's this one, and actually this one I could also round it up a bit, there, and this one. This is the envelope, you see just on the sides and the edges there, and it's become a really nice secure pocket here, and you can close it as well, and you can also of course add that seal that we were doing here. I'll do it now so you can see it. It actually works beautifully this way. It'll go here like that and back. Once the glue dries, that's perfect. It worked perfectly. And another corner one here. And then there's also this one, which I didn't add any sewings. I love the design around. I don't want to, because it's like I've fussy cut it. I don't want to touch it. And then there's this one that's didn't do it either, because it was a bit of as you saw before, it was a different kind of pocket. And then there's the envelope, and finally this one, which I've sewn here, but I've left here because I don't really like the sewing up there too much. It's nicer like this. So you got an idea of what I do with my pockets. Anything new, you know, I'll get back and add some more. I also want to try, and I've said that before, I also want to try and do a proper junk journal. Junk, and I need to allow myself to do that, because I always end up doing journals that I feel they're more neat, and I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that I'm a Virgo, and maybe it's this you know, without realizing subconsciously I need everything to be tidy. That could be a reason. If you look at my office, you wouldn't think that obviously I do that, but I am. I've got this thing about everything being tidy, when I'm working on my work. So we'll see what happens. I'll try and do a proper junk journal, as in completely messy, and I'll show you. I don't know if it's going to be my next project, but I'll try. So I'm going to finish this journal that I'm making. Hopefully finish it today. Maybe later on you'll see another video show coming up, or maybe tomorrow. See how it goes. Depends on how much time I have to finish it and then do the video. Well, thank you so much for watching. Hallie, this one's for you. You asked for it and it's here. And I'm looking forward to seeing your Jane Austen July journal and your projects as well. I want to thank the Paper Cameo, of course, for her beautiful images. I want to thank the Graphics Fairy as well, because I constantly use their images as well. And I also work for their design team, so it's always nice to always important to thank the people that support you. Have a lovely rest of your weekend, and we will be talking again soon. Take care. Bye bye.